More numbers talking now. Encore Boston Harbor projecting it'll bring in more than $100 million in tax revenue.
Today on Keller at Large, a look at how it could impact the state budget and other casinos in the Commonwealth.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. It's budget season on Beacon Hill, and as we head toward the end of another fiscal year, there's significant speculation about where we're headed when it comes to tax policy. Let's talk about that and more with our guest this morning, the president of the Massachusetts Taxpayers Foundation, Eileen McAnneny. Eileen, welcome.
Hi, John. How are you?
Good to have you back here.
Thank you.
Since you were last here maybe 5 months or so ago, or when you were here before, we were coming off a fiscal year where we ended the year with a significant deficit, and there were concerns about the rainy day fund. Where are we now?
I'm happy to report things are much improved since we spoke last, and I would say in two material ways. One, we're looking at ending this fiscal year, which ends in a couple of weeks, with a surplus of about $500 million. And our rainy day fund now, at least in nominal terms, is at an all-time high. We have about $2.6 billion in the rainy day fund, and that's a big increase in the past 4 years, much of it in the past 2.
Do you think we're going to need that in the near future? How bullish or bearish are you on our state economy and the revenues it produces?
So I think we have to remember that this surplus, a lot of it is one-time revenue, so we don't want to get overly optimistic. And we're 10 years or more into a recovery, so the recession is coming, and we need that cushion certainly to help soften the blows when we do have a recession. Well,
just recently, the legislature voted to advance the revised version of the millionaire's tax. Our regular viewers will know that's a 4% surtax on incomes of 7 figures or higher. And that would be headed for the 2022 ballot. That's a ways away. Number of hurdles have to be cleared first. In the meantime, what are the chances in the shorter term that our taxes are going to go up?
Well, I think there's always that chance, and I would say there's two bodies of work that are going on right now looking at revenue. So one has to do with a Senate Revenue Advisory Group, and we're looking at modernizing the tax code.
You're on that.
I am on that. Yep. So I can't say we. And then we're looking at adequacy of revenue, which is somewhat in the eyes of the beholder. But then with respect to transportation, which is on everyone's mind these days, there is a lot of work going on with respect to how to fix transportation, and some of that does involve revenue.
Well, in a recent report on the MTF website, you referred to user fees like gas taxes and tolls as following, quote, sound tax principles, and you also wrote, quoting again, lawmakers could also consider adjusting the sales tax base to include services while reducing the rate to generate more funding, end quote. That doesn't sound like a no new taxes position, Eileen.
Well, and it's not. In this sense, I think we do a lot of work on transportation financing. It's clear that more resources are needed if we want to upgrade our transportation system. And so the question for us is how best to raise that revenue. And I think user fees make sense because you're able to accomplish more than one goal with them. So for instance, if you had tolling or congestion pricing, then you're able to perhaps alleviate congestion, improve environmental or reach environmental goals, and raise revenue. And you contrast that with an income surtax where it's a blunt instrument and the money may or may not go to transportation.
Yeah, user fees are also more politically viable because you can maybe get the votes of legislators from districts that don't benefit from the T.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, if you were a betting woman, and when we come back from our break, I want to talk a little bit about betting, gambling, and the revenues from that. Would you bet on new revenues in the coming fiscal year that starts this summer?
I mean, my hope is that it doesn't happen then, because I think it would be certainly premature. There's a lot of work that needs to be done because, in the need for new revenue, you assume, or in the discussion of revenue, you assume you need more. And I would like a better understanding of what the revenue is going to go for and what we're purchasing with that revenue should we raise more revenue.
All right, on that note, we'll take our break and we'll continue our conversation with the president of the Massachusetts Taxpayers Foundation in just a moment, so please stay with us.